general committee meetings. So a motion to resume, Madam Clerk, please. Councillor Abel, thank you. Second. Councillor Humphreys, all in favor? Contrary? That's carried. Thank you. We have a couple of additional items, so if I could please have a motion to approve the agenda, which was circulated a bit earlier. Councillor Humphreys, thank you. Is there a second? Councillor Peary, thank you. Comments or questions on that? All in favor then? Contrary? That's carried. Thank you very much. First up, we have a delegation from Mr. Christopher Watts. Mr. Watts, sir. And if you could give us your name and address, and remind you, sir, you have 5 minutes. Thank you.
Certainly. Christopher Watts, Banff Drive. I want to speak this evening towards the museum grant, which comes in, I think it's binder 4-4. And it's the $50,000 amount, particularly I'm interested in speaking to for the Aurora Historical Society. And I know it's been discussed, I think, 3 different passes. Just recently rewatching the February 10th discussions, there was a lot of back and forth at the council table here about we need to have a discussion. The discussion has to happen. We need to have a discussion. Yet the resolution seems to be going forward that the grant money is going to be pushed forward regardless of having that discussion. So I'm kind of here to find out when that discussion is going to take place and to kind of understand Council's position on exactly the gravity of the situation here. The Council has recognized that sustainability is an ongoing issue, especially with regards to items in the press. With the 2010 budget, my understanding is, if I read the minutes, that there was an ask that the Society bring forward a business plan. A strategic plan was created. The AHS had to go, and I guess they got a provincial Trillium grant for that purposes. And it was to run from 2010 to 2013. It's done. If you look at their goals and what they were supposed to achieve, one says being a leader in heritage, another one says appropriate internal capacity, another says effective development program. I don't see that those are the outcomes, and I'm concerned that, again, by pushing across this funding as it stands, we're awarding poor performance. I have other concerns after attending the AGM, which is after the February 10th meeting that you had, and just listening to the conversations that were going on in that annual general meeting. When you have, with respect to strategy, when you have a former president of the society inquire if there was an exit strategy, that sends up a big red flag. So that's talking about strategy of an organization. A current board member said sometimes organizations have to die and they have to be reborn. I'm not here to suggest the Historical Society is dead or it's going to be, it's pending its death, it's on its deathbed. I'm saying it has been dead for quite a while, and this council has actually reanimated its corpse, especially for the past 4 years. If this is not the year to discuss this particular elephant in the room, what year is it going to be? When I look, February 5th, 2013, Aurora article, Mayor Jeff Daw agrees with the sentiment, this is not the year to pull back. Same sentiment, this go round. When is the year to pull back? When is the year to have the discussion? When you have to wait for basically a notice of motion to come forward to discuss this particular item, it will never happen. And I don't know where the leadership is with respect to fully addressing this issue. I don't particularly buy the sentiment that there's bad faith on behalf of the municipality in not fully carving out the full extent of this fund. In fact, last year, $60,000 went across. There was a $10,000 addition. Above and beyond that, monies were spent for the Hillary House Ball. The town actually sponsored that. So there was an extra 1,000 plus. I don't think that there's any lack of confidence in the town. I'm finding, as a resident, a complete lack of confidence in what the AHS is capable of. Since I've been here, the AHS has lost our museum. They've lost 1,600 artifacts before surrendering them to the town. My biggest fear after going to the AGM is that they're exposing a National Historic Site. Their package to you shows filming at the Historical Society. It's showing wedding receptions happening on the grounds.
Mr. Watts, about a minute, please.
Understood. My concern is, in 2012, a zoning bylaw was approved. They've moved that property from mixed use to institutional, and I'm trying to find out, and I'm still seeking confirmation from the town, that a change of use permit has been filed for and approved for that site to be properly used. I'm still seeking to know if fire codes are being met and being compliant, because going to that AGM, I was the one arriving almost first and foremost, and I had to clear snow out of the front door to allow seniors and accessibility challenged people to get to that site. That, I believe, violates a fire code issue. I think what would be appropriate is that the Canadian Conservation Institute be approached for a facilities assessment of Hillary House before funds are handed over for any work to be done on that premises.
If I could ask you to wrap up, sir.
Sure. I don't see sustainability or innovation in what Council has decided. Those are principles of your strategic plan. If you're looking for other people and other organizations to bring forward their strategy, I think that we have to be doing ours. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Don't go away. Motion, please, to receive. Councillors Thompson and Humphreys. Questions for the delegate at all? Councillor Rabel.
Thank you, Mr. Watts, for coming forward. You just at the very end, you mentioned when you were basically in the change of use and for like a multi-use, approaching the Canadian Conservation. Did you say what was the
Canadian Conservation Institute?
Institute.
They apparently have a facilities assessment service they provide. There's cost recovery for that. It would be worthwhile doing for any properties that are being conceived of in this heritage park, outside, above and beyond your cost-benefit analysis that's being doing. But specifically for grant monies being handed over for a museum grant, I can't see where you wouldn't want that done.
Councillor?
Thank you. No, thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Councillor Thompson.
Thank you. Mr. Watts, do you know if those facilities assessment are geared more towards providing a stable environment for the collections within, or does it also include the home as a whole?
I've only had one discussion with them. It's both. They are overseeing collections as well as sites, primarily geared to collections, but given Historical Society's maintenance of the Koffler Museum collection with inside of that space, plus another collection at the public library, I think it's worthwhile having that done holistically by that organization with maybe the grant funding that is already being slated. Furthermore, I guess the provincial grants that go to the Historical Society have performance-based budget components to them. I don't understand why the municipal grants aren't also delved out that way.
Councillor?
That's it for my question for Mr. Watts. I'll make a comment on that after.
Okay, thank you. Any other comments or questions for Mr. Watts? Seeing none, all in favor of receiving Mr. Watts' delegation, please? Contrary? That's carried. Thank you very much, Mr. Watts.
Thanks.
We appreciate you. I think you have the distinction of being the second person in our budget process. Thank you very much. Move on to item 2 on our agenda this evening, which is actually item 32 in the budget, CF 14-009, final budget matters. Could someone please put that on the floor, and then I'll get Mr. Elliott to speak to it, please. Councillors Humphreys and Peary, thank you. Mr. Elliott, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Sorry for being a few minutes late. Just had a family matter to address in Whitby. And in fact, my daughter is going to be popping in if you see a stranger popping in. She's not here for parent minding. She's here to see what Dad does in the evenings. And as a security protection as well, to ensure that I'm not abused too badly tonight. Tonight, I hope I've titled this report Final Budget Matters. At our last meeting with budget, we alluded to an issue with our benefits rates, and so I've tried to set out what transpired here. We received a communication that sounded like we were going to save $90,000 in 14 relative to the 13 rates. So we budgeted accordingly and spoke to council in the opening report in that regard. Subsequent to that, we found out that there were indeed some increases in rates from 13 to 14, and my report highlights what those rates would have been had we stayed with the old carrier and what they are with the new carrier. The choice to change carriers remains the right choice. We save approximately $146,000 per year by changing carriers. However, we weren't anticipating this in our budget, and so there's some benefit increases that have to be funded, and so that totals $120,000. The library is also affected by this, and so there's a piece there for them. And so what we've done is we also heard last time about the insurance cost increases, and so those two major pressures are listed in Table 2 there at the top. And so we've got $195,000 that we're adding to the budget, and I've been asked to try to present a program that would program of adjustments and mitigation that we can apply to bring our tax rate budget back to what we were shooting for. And the series of adjustments, and I'll walk them through very quickly, will bring you down to a combined tax bill of 1.99%. And so that is my sense of where this table is hoping to end up with. And so let me just walk you through these 5 or 6 savings here, or adjustments. In the Legislative and Legal and Legislative Services Department, there's been some restructuring in there, and after careful review of the facts and various budget issues and transition issues with Mr. Marr, he and I have both agreed that there's $100,000 of savings available in that budget that we can recognize in 2014. And so we have recommended that Mr. Marr's budget be reduced by $100,000. We've also included in the 2014 budget a special events assistant position, uplifting it from part-time to full-time. That was budgeted to occur in January. Obviously it hasn't, and so we're now suggesting that we gap that to June 1st, which is effectively, once council approves it, it will probably take close to that time before we fill it anyway. And so there's $16,000 of adjustment there. We've also suggested that in the council contingency area, it is sitting at $40,000 now, and it's a short year, and you didn't use much of it from last year, and not suggesting that you still have that available, it's not. But because it's probably going to be a short year for this council, I'm suggesting a $20,000 reduction in that. We are also going to charge the water utility an extra $10,000 for its piece of the insurance. And we also think that it's appropriate to draw from stabilization reserve the premium on the new benefits, or premium of the old benefits over the new benefits carrier for the first quarter of the year. And that amount is $36,000. If we had changed Jan 1, we would recognize that savings already. But since we're not until April the 1st, we're suggesting that we draw that premium from stabilization. And then ELT have agreed that between the 6 or 7 of us, there are 7, between the 7 of us, we will look into each of our budgets and perhaps challenge each other, but we will find the other $22,000. With these adjustments in hand, that will result in your 1.99%, Mr. Mayor. So those are my comments.
Thank you, Mr. Elliott. Any comments or questions for Mr. Elliott on his report? Councillor Buck.
Mr. Elliott, we have talked in last year, I believe, at least last year, about making the part-time special events person full-time. And we didn't do it last year. We're talking about doing it this year, but only for 6 months of this year. Now, during the discussion last year, it was explained to council that we were losing, because special events make money for the town. And that money helps to offset subsidies to users that play hockey, play soccer, and whatever. So it's kind of like a private business when we operate special events. And the investment in payroll comes back to us. twofold, maybe more than twofold. So I'm wondering if deferring, and I know we're not going to be able to do it anyway right now, but I'm wondering if deferring it until June and gapping it and saving 20,000 will actually save us 20,000 or cost us money.
If I may, Mr. Mayor, and then perhaps Mr. Downing will add any additional comments. It's my understanding that the additional revenues that this position was anticipated to come were primarily from the events that are later in the year, but including Ribfest and I think Canada Day were two of the areas. But perhaps Mr. Downey can add to that.
Mr. Downey, please.
To you, Mr. Mayor. Treasurer's correct. We're looking at Ribfest or the funds, additional funding that we are collecting from Ribfest in order to help offset this position. I have talked to the manager of recreation with regards to any impact the delay will have to June 1st, and we don't believe it's going to have any negative impact on the municipality.
Thank you, Mr. Downey. Councillor? Any other comments or questions for Mr. Elliott on his report? Thanks.
Yeah, I do have another question.
Councillor Buck?
Not on Mr. Elliott's report, Mr. Mayor. On the comments by Mr. Watts about providing this grant to the Historical Society at a time when it appears that the service that they provided in past years in return for receiving this grant are not going to be provided anymore, not going to be needed. We're going to have to provide those resources from our own budget. Do you have anything to say to Mr. Watts about his position that it's time now, when what we received for the services we received in return for that grant are ended?
Councillor Buck, I don't wish to be rude, but I'm not going to allow a discussion with respect to that.
Well, I was getting to the question, Mr. Mayor. I was going to ask Mr. Elliott if he had anything to contribute to the discussion.
Well, it's not pertinent to this. I was just asking the clerk when we could bring this up tonight. It's not pertinent to this discussion. Your question is valid. I think we should have it, but not at this point. In that case, all in favor of receiving this report? Contrary? That's carried. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry, Mr. Mayor. Was that just a receipt or was that approval of my adjustments? Just for clarification.
Receive and approve. Because, receive and approve. That was on the floor. Madam Clerk? That was on the floor. Receive and approve. Thank you, Mr. Elliott, for the clarification. And that was passed. Next item is someone put that on the floor.
Mr. Mayor, if I could just assist, this has been floated past you once or twice before, and this is simply a motion that would create a discussion on any last matters for budget prior to flipping it to council.
Would someone care to put that on the floor, please? Councillor Perry, Councillor Thompson? Councillor Thompson, and then Councillor Buck, I think this might be a good time for you to ask perhaps a more general question to Mr. Elliott in terms of looking at the Aurora Historical Society grant. But I've got Councillors Thompson, Abel, and then presumably yourself.
And I'm going to...
No, I've got Councillor Thompson first, then Councillor Abel. Councillor Thompson.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Through you to Mr. Elliott. Mr. Elliott, I know last time we had a brief discussion a little bit about some of the categories, if there was opportunities to sort of find some savings to blunt the impact. It's good to see that there's an ability through consulting to cut that back. There was another category, it was advocacy. It was $100,000. I've had a brief conversation with Mr. Marr about it, but perhaps for those that heard that amount being raised last time, perhaps you could clarify what that amounts for and whether or not there's an opportunity to reduce it for some further savings.
Mr. Elliott.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Through you, the advocacy account is essentially the outside legal expenses. and that is provided to the legal department to retain outside legal for specialized assistance, whether it's procedural matters with the OMB or special defense of claims. And my understanding is that a substantial amount of that amount is at this time pretty much already committed for 2014 with a couple of ongoing matters, and that the balance needs to be there. It's often used, and it's early in the year yet, and we don't know what may arise from a claims perspective or litigation matters that or special legal opinions. I think last year Council asked for several of those, and so that's where the funding for that kind of activity comes from. So it's my understanding from Mr. Marr that that needs to stay in the budget, and it would leave him high and dry without it.
Councillor? Mr. Marr, would you care to comment at all?
Through you, Mr. Mayor, I think Mr. Elliott has said it all. I think we would, given the situation, as Council knows, what we have ongoing, it wouldn't make sense for us. I think we have shown in the last couple of years we have had a surplus at the end of the year, and obviously we intend to aim for that, but ultimately cutting that portion of the budget right now with a couple of ongoing matters would put our external legal costs potentially in an over-budget situation if we were to cut back any further at this particular time.
Thank you, sir. Councillor?
No, it was just simply closing the loop on comments made last time. I mean, I appreciate, we had talked about the council contingency and about potential for reductions there, consulting and the advocacy account, and I'll settle for 2 out of 3 for now. Thanks.
Councillor Abel?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And I just want to bring up 2 items. One is on our Heritage Fund, and I had a discussion. Actually, it was an email I received from Mr. Watts, and asking and suggesting the possibility of using a Heritage Fund while it sits dormant, the interest on it, to use that interest and apply it to special events under what is under the heritage events, I would call like Doors Open, etc. And I'm hoping Mr. Elliott has had time to give comment on setting something up. Let Council know that I think there's more than one grant coming forward, and if I could, through you, Mr. Mayor, ask Mr. Elliott that.
Mr. Elliott, please.
Certainly. Last fall, Council passed a resolution to establish the Heritage Reserve Fund. And so that has been done in the accounting books, and it's ready there. We have not yet documented the purposes for that fund. Mr. Ramuno is working with his team, and I've participated. We have yet to sort of loop it back and bring forward to Council that actual reserve fund bylaw that would set out its purposes. Nonetheless, we were anticipating a receipt of a $50,000 contribution to that fund from Smart Centers in compensation for the removal of a property up near the 404. And that $50,000 has not yet come in because of processes and delays in their applications or processes up with planning. And so we're anticipating that one together with another one and perhaps a third one with a total of, I think, somewhere between $130,000 and $150,000. However, today I have $0 in that reserve fund. And so I saw Mr. Watts' suggestion. It's interesting. We'll bring it forward to Council for consideration in the 15 budget once we have some cash in hand and once we have some interest earned in that account. The suggestion was to use the interest on that account, as I understand the suggestion, was to use the interest earned on that account to fund part or all of the Doors Open program. And that program is about $5,000. And so we would need quite a bit more than $130,000 in that account to fund it fully. But I think we can have that discussion when Mr. Ramuno brings back his purposes and intentions for that reserve fund. And Council can have that consideration and discussion at that time.
Councillor?
Through you, Mr. Mayor. So how would we keep that placeholder going into 2015 so that when that comes through budget again, that will be there and there's a follow-up rather than let it slip through the cracks or something along those lines?
Mr. Elliott?
I will endeavor to bring it forward as part of the reserve fund bylaw for discussion at that time. When Marco brings that forward, I presume that that's going to be any time soon. I think the activities in the email in the last week or so have kind of spurred that conversation on upstairs. Following council's discussion at that point, we will then take a marker forward based on council's discussion as to whether or not we're going to do that in 15 or not as a proposal in the draft budget.
Thank you. And if I could just follow up while I'm on the heritage events, and I'm sorry, Mr. Ramoon is not here, but I would maybe shake up with him. But I think there's specific funding opportunity, grant opportunities for heritage events above and beyond other events that are going on. So I'm hopeful that we can investigate that as another way of offsetting that $5,000. So what I'll do is I'll talk to Mr. Ramuno, and I see Mr. Elliott is nodding his head. My second point today, Mr. Mayor, if I may, is I would like to put a motion forward as to put a placeholder for the 2017 year, being the sesquicentennial of the Confederation of Canada. I would put a nominal amount forward so that we have a placeholder going forward in the budgets 2015 and 16. Some comments made when we did the Aurora sesquicentennials. We didn't have enough time to get funding, and so I thought to avert that and the changeover in terms so it doesn't get lost, if we put something like $20,000 on our budget for the sesquicentennial 2017 Confederation celebration, then it would be moving forward through the budgets, and it wouldn't get forgotten, and we would be in a good position to move forward in the long-term planning. So, Mr. Mayor, I'm hopeful that we can absorb that $20,000 into our budget this year.
Would you care? Is that a motion you're putting on the floor, Councillor?
That is a motion. $20,000.
I should have asked for a seconder first. Is there a second? Councillor Humphrey is seconding that. Mr. Elliott, is that something that we could absorb? Is that something, as an example, we had about half of what was allocated for the town sesquicentennial project? Was about half was turned back in. I know that there's been discussion around what that may be used for, or whether or not to turn it back into general revenues. Is that possibly would that be a possible use for part of that money, following on Councillor Abel's suggestion?
Through you, Mr. Chair, I think that would be the best source from a 2014 perspective. Adding 20 at this point will kind of put a dent in your target, but I like the idea of planning ahead and funding in advance some program for 2017, whether it's ultimately your goal is to spend about the same amount as we did on our own sesquicentennial, or what. We can have that conversation in future years, but I think in 2014 we'll see what the sesquicentennial committee turns back, and we'll earmark it for that if that's the will of council.
I'll go to Mr. Downey, if I may.
Thank you.
Through Mr. Mayor, thank you. I've looked at a draft report from my staff with regards to the funding that remains from the sesquicentennial. The council had asked us to go back and look at two proposals that the sesquicentennial committee came forward with. One was a video for Remembrance Day, if you recall, and the second was funding for cultural programming. If you wish, I will also put an alternative in the report which identifies funding for the 2017 sesquicentennial, if you wish. So right now the amount is around $89,000.
Thank you, Mr. Downey. So perhaps, Councillor Abel, you could, with respect to your motion, then perhaps for staff to identify some potential funding sources as opposed to putting it on this budget. Would you be okay with that?
As long as we don't lose it in this year, and it is something that is brought before at the next term's budget that they're aware of, and then, I mean, what if none of us get reelected and then no one's aware of this? I wouldn't be able to remember.
Well, that's a fair point. Mr. Elliott. And then I'll go to Councillor.
Part of the role of having my staff in the background and Jason beside me is to be taking copious notes of things to note for next year and to include and to bring forward as items. One such item arising from last year was, should we or should we not be continuing with the AHS funding, and that's why we invited them for a separate presentation to this committee.
Well, Mr. Mayor, I thank you for that suggestion. That would be fine with me.
Thank you. Second, you're okay with that? Thank you. Councillor Thompson.
I think it's a great idea to start looking ahead at 2017 and put some funds away. Since it's not an ongoing operational expense, I don't think it has to be part of the tax levy. I think you can look to the surplus from our council contingency fund. If we don't use it all, you can use some of those funds to seed it. You can look at other surpluses as well. I don't see it being a need to make it a tax levy item, being that it's really just a 3-year commitment. And then it's no longer needed after 2017. So I think it's a great idea to bring it forward now and say, hey, listen, let's make sure we make people aware. Let's start planning and put it aside. I don't think it has to be a tax levy hit. I think there are other sources of funding that we can borrow from or use to seed that fund for sure. But I agree with Council Abel that it's better to do it now than make that a pressure in 2016/17.
Any other comments on Councillor Abel's? Councillor Buck.
I have to speak against it, Mr. Mayor, and I have 2 reasons for doing so. And one of them I'm almost embarrassed to put forward because I know Council generally doesn't want to hear of what I've learned from my past experience. I was here in 1967 when Canada's centennial was celebrated. It was my first year in Council. It's a federal celebration. It's not a municipal celebration, it's a federal celebration. And if the same thing happens during a sesquicentennial as happened during a centennial, funds will flow from Ottawa to make sure that the country celebrates. There is no requirement for the municipality to be setting aside a reserve fund for a federal celebration. There's no requirement. Of course, we can do it if we want to, but that's my second point. It seems, Mr. Mayor, almost that we're looking for ways to spend money, and that, for me, is a total contradiction of my purpose here, which is to save the taxpayers from the burden of increased taxes. I can't shake that off. No matter how many arguments I hear at this table, I cannot shake that off as my responsibility to the people who sent me here. It's $20,000. It doesn't matter if it was $10,000. I would have the same inclination.
Mr. Mayor, could you repeat what the motion is, or could I ask the clerk to repeat? Because I don't think when I amended it, there was no money being asked for. We were just asking that staff look into possible funding methods for a celebration, and that would include grants and being aware of... Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, if the Madam Clerk could do that, please.
Would like to put forward a placeholder in the 2015 and 2016 budgets in preparation of the 2017 sesquicentennial for the Canadian Confederation celebration, and ask staff to look for funding sources.
Councillor?
Thank you. So, again, we're not asking for any money, but we are keeping our eyes forward to what every Canadian across the nation will be looking for is a way to celebrate what will be a once-in-a-lifetime event. I must admit, in 1967, I don't want to... I was a young... I think a lot of us... I was a very young student at the time, and it was just phenomenal what was going on in the celebration. And I would want our youth and our community to be participating in that. And I agree with Councillor Buck that it is primarily a federal celebration, but each community is going to want to find funds, and then they will be doing their unique way of celebrating. And I think the town of Aurora would be proud and want to participate in that, especially our youngsters, our youth, our students. So I'm not looking for ways to spend money in a party. What I'm doing is I'm asking that staff and that council be aware that this is on the horizon, and we should be start to look and and be aware that if there's funding and grants and opportunities and partnering opportunities available, that we are of like mind to keep that active now, as opposed to trying to do something quickly, and that often costs more money than it should. So that's all I'm asking for, Councillor Buck. I'm not asking to spend money.
Thank you, Councillor. I've got Councillor Humphreys, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just to clarify, I thought I heard we were going that route, and then we changed the motion that it would be added to potential consideration for items that we want to use the leftover funds from the 150th. So did I not hear that correctly? I thought we changed
As a
it to that.
potential source of funding.
Yeah, and that the placeholder, the one that I just heard Deputy Clerk mention, was really something that I think staff was just going to keep track of, and it wasn't going to be an official motion after all. Did I get that wrong? Because I thought I heard that, Mr. Downey mentioned that he would include that option as one of the few that they're going to put in their draft report out of the 89,000 left over from the 150th for consideration. And
Okay, well, if there's
I just wanted to ask.
That's fine. If there's confusion, who should we go to, Madam Clerk? Mr. Elliott or Mr. Downey here? Mr. Elliott? What would you think your direction is?
I think it might be simpler, sir, if I humbly suggest perhaps the amendment be retracted. We have taken note of the suggestion. I believe it's an excellent strategy to plan ahead for the funding, perhaps over multiple years. We do have a number of years of surplus we are looking forward to. I'm hearing prepare some funding for it, but try not to make it a tax hit. Remember it for next year, because we may not be here. And Mr. Downey is also has a report pending with respect to the leftover Aurora 150 events, and that report will include some reference to this idea as well. And so we can have that conversation at that time.
Mr. Downey, when is your report going to be coming through, do you think?
To Mr. Mayor, I would suspect it'll happen in April. We won't make the March cycle, but we will April.
So, Councillor Abel, if I may suggest to you, if we don't see something by the end of April, that we bring something forward, perhaps as a notice of motion? I bet you will. So otherwise, if you're okay with retracting your amendment, or your notice of motion, your amendment at this point.
I am in favor of retracting it, Mr. Mayor.
Councillor Humphreys, are you okay with that?
Thanks, Mayor. Absolutely, because I think as the conversation went around the table, I heard that staff is going to keep a good tab on it. We'll keep it in mind if we don't see it come forward, but it will be included as an option of the money that's already there. That could be absolutely a help tax burden. Thanks.
That is withdrawn then, Madam Clerk. Thank you, Councillor Abel. Are there any other comments or questions? Councillor Buck.
To get back through you, Mr. Mayor, to Mr. Elliott, to Mr. Watt's presentation, I think it has a great deal of merit. His argument has a great deal of merit. His questions are to the point. And I would like to have a response from you, Mr. Elliott, as our Chief Financial Advisor, about how the Council should manage this transition between taking responsibility for the museum and the collection from the Historical Society and continuing with a grant that was always, from the time it began, was always intended to allow a partnership to function between the town and the Historical Society for a particular purpose, and that was...
Councillor Buck, I'm going to ask you to rephrase that, because you're asking Mr. Elliott to weigh in on what I think is a decidedly political discussion, not a financial discussion.
Well, thank you, Mr. Mayor, but it really begins to puzzle me how often we have ideas presented to us, especially in the last several months, of huge sums of money, not a piddling little grant to the Historical Society, millions of dollars. And the last person we think of asking for advice is our chief financial advisor. And that really is a puzzlement to me.
I think that your question is quite valid, but I think that's really a political discussion for us. I don't think it's a discussion for Mr. Elliott. So I would suggest perhaps if you wish to bring forward a notice of motion so that we can actually put that on the table and have a full discussion around that. I think it's a very valid point. I think most of us raised that at the previous budget meeting. So I think that there's general agreement around the table that we need to have this discussion. It was pointed out that we probably should have had it last year. So then we didn't have it last year. Let's have it this year. But I don't think that it's a fair question to Mr. Elliott. So I
have to disagree with you because we didn't have it last year.
I know, that's what I said.
Because the collection wasn't transferred to the town's ownership. And because last year we didn't have space in the Church Street School for the museum. These are highly significant changes. And furthermore, we have been paying, and I should be careful.
Well, your point's well taken, Councillor, but I don't think this is I don't think it's an appropriate question for Mr. Elliott. So I think that you should really be looking at that as a notice of motion to have that discussion as to how we're going to address this.
There'll be another report, Mr. Elliott.
Sailor B. Councillor Thompson.
The delegate raised 2 points. One has to do with the Canadian Conservation Institute, and I think it's an excellent suggestion. I think the appropriate time to talk about that one is tomorrow night when under new business, since it does relate to some of the minutes we have, because it would be an interesting take to have CCI take a facilities assessment and see how that can be engaged through Mr. Garvey, who will be back tomorrow. But and I'll rephrase what Councillor Buck was trying to say in a different way. I do agree that part of that whole discussion is about if not now, when. And so I'm interested in whether Mr. Elliott or Mr. Downey, in their experience with working with other organizations or municipalities, have they ever made grants conditional upon those organizations, I guess, reaching certain milestones or addressing certain issues? Because I was at the AGM, and you never want to hear an institution that's been such a fixture in the community for so long speak the way that they did. It is concerning, and we need to make sure that the money that the town is providing them to help them operate is being utilized in the best way. So my question either to Mr. Elliott or Mr. Downey is, in your experience working with other organizations, have you ever seen it being conditional upon meeting certain objectives?
Mr. Elliott?
I'll take a glancing stab at this one. I think the answer is yes. I think it's prudent. We see it now in the new cultural services agreement with Church Street School, the Aurora Cultural Center, sorry. And so we've put performance measures in there and milestones and deliverables of what that funding is to be used for and what our expectations are in return for that funding. Now, that is different. I see it quite different. That's a contract for services that we don't perform, that we need performed, and we desire performed. And so we put parameters around it, and we do that. For the AHS, it's a much smaller amount, first off, so that downgrades the criteria usually around it. It doesn't necessarily take the need to do it away. But in the past, it was indeed, I wasn't here, but I perceive that it is to have a curator on staff, to assist in funding a curator for staff, who at one point was actually funded through our payroll. And so there was no cash transfer to the other agency, we simply funded a payroll. To look after an asset that we had an interest in. Now that asset is now in our hands. This budget does not include any provision for museum services or artifact restoration, maintenance, care, and feeding. That report is pending. We've got a cultural services master plan in development, and that report is pending before council. I'm not sure when Mr. Downey's bringing that forward, but I expect it's in the next three months. And council will then need to address creating a parameter of funding for the town to look after those assets, and what are we going to do culturally for the community, and when are we prepared to do that, and how are we going to fund that? So this budget does not include any of that. The closest thing is this $60,000 that's being $70,000 that's being transferred to the AHS. So I think I have to cut my comments off there. We had quite a lively discussion when they were here about their program and about their future and different things. And so we touched on that. Mr. Watts mentioned the elephant in the room. We touched on that. There was discussion, perhaps we need to phase it out, put them on notice. And my recollection beyond that is a little thin on that conversation.
Councillor?
Would Mr. Downey have any experience to share?
Mr. Downey?
Through you, Mr. Mayor, since I've been with the town, I don't recall conditions being placed on any grants. I guess I take a look at the Cultural Center grant somewhat differently. There are performance measures identified within that grant. However, there are no conditions placed upon the grant if those targets or those KPIs are not met. It's simply an indication to Council, this is what we're proposing to do with the money, and Council then makes a decision on based on that. It's not unlike groups coming in wanting a community grant, a recreation grant. As you know, that we have a maximum of $1,000. They identify what they plan on using the money for, and we move forward offering that grant with the understanding that that is what the money is going to be used for, but they never come back and reconfirm, well, this is actually what we had done with the money. So rarely have I seen a grant that would be issued to a particular group with conditions imposed upon it.
And I appreciate that perspective. And I really haven't seen it either. But one of the things that I did like that we were able to work with the board of the Aurora Cultural Center and have developed is a KPI that revolves around essentially a declining metric, whereby their reliance on town funds as a percentage of their overall budget is to decline year over year. And they have achieved that to a certain degree this single year. And I think that's good practice with any of the organizations that we work with, that it reinforces the message that they need to do everything they can to raise revenue on their own. And so perhaps that's one of the things that we have to bring into the conversation with AHS and others and say, listen, we're here to support you, but at the same time, you need to understand that you need to grow your revenues through whatever sources, because you cannot continue to rely on the town as an increasing supporter. And yes, maybe you don't make it conditional, but that's part of that elephant in the room where when are we going to have that discussion? How else can we help them? I know they've come to us in the past with business plans. I know they're trying everything they can. They've struck committees. They're doing different things, but at the same time, I think that we have that fiduciary responsibility.
Councillor Humphreys.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I see the Cultural Center agreement and other external organizations quite separate. We own the building. There's a strategic initiative that the Cultural Center is delivering, and we own a lot of that delivery. The Hillary House, in terms of how this funding has sort of evolved. Initially it was to run a museum and take care of the artifacts, and that hasn't been done for over I don't know how many years. We were actually funding the Hillary House Museum and funding the curator support roles. So however they came and approached it in the past, that has evolved and changed. Not to reiterate everything that was said, they're in trouble. Sounds like a lot of people went to their AGM. I couldn't make it. And they need to refocus and rethink what they want to do. And I think the conversation that from my perspective anyway, was the Hillary House itself and what it is today and where it's going to evolve. And do we believe in that national site? And do we want to help this organization? Absolutely, we want to hear what they want to do with it. They came with somewhat of a plan. Didn't work very well last year. They were going to regroup and figure it all out and come back to us and share what their plans are to try to make things better. They took some initiatives that did not go well. and some that they didn't focus heavily on, that they thought, you know what, maybe we need to go back and focus on that. They've had to reduce their staff. They've got no more full-time. It's all down to part-time. So they've got some real issues. I heard it loud and clear. They need some help. They're reaching out, and they're going to hopefully come back and have a plan. And I'm hopeful for them, because for me, I guess it comes down to heritage, and we all love the building. We all love the heritage of our town. Want to make sure that whoever's looking after it, knowing it, do the best they can do. But they are asking for help. I heard that loud and clear. They're reaching out to different organizations for help. So I'm hopeful that they'll hopefully come up with a plan that helps them sustain that building and that the artifacts that are so critical to our history. So for me, I know it's a lot of money. It's not a small amount of money. It's certainly not as large as a cultural center. To me, again, it's a different agreement. But we're watching this year. I think we gave that message clearly to them. Come back with a plan. And to Councillor Thompson's point, how do we wean off our support and have them be a more sustainable organization? And I don't know what that's going to look for. We've said, I think 3 years in a row, we said the same thing to help them get there. But I think our concern here is if we pull it away now, what's going to happen to that building? What's going to happen to the ongoing care that it needs? So for me, I'm really looking forward to them coming back. I love the comment that was made by Councillor Thompson that maybe all external organizations have to start thinking about, whoever's coming to us, how do we get less and less dependent on town funds to help sustain their initiatives and committees. So that's always a good thing to think about across the board. But for now, I'm looking forward to hearing what they have to say when they get back on their feet.
Councillor Abel, Councillor Thompson again.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And on Councillor Humphrey's just last point, it doesn't pertain to the AHS, but some organizations become dependent on core funding. And so what they do in the Trillium Grant, you can apply 2 years, but you can't apply 3 years in a row. So there are ways. But I think what I'm really concerned about is that the federal government declares a building and a site as a national heritage and then leaves it for us to deal with. That's what I call the real issue on this. And then you leave it to volunteers with the town funding it on a shoestring, and there's all kinds of comment favorably and negatively on these people that are trying to sustain it. I like the idea that the delegate brought forward about, and Councillor Thompson followed up on the Canadian Conservation Institute. That would get our foot in the door and let the federal government know, hey, you left something here and you left it with no responsibility or no input, and we're not going to take this anymore. We've got to address this situation. I would like to compare to other national sites across the country and look for indications that the federal government does fund partially or whatever, and then follow that lead. I don't know that right now, but I would like to know that. I mean, I'm sure there's national sites all over. It can't be just left on municipalities to solely fund it and go in their community with their volunteers to sustain it. I don't think that's the case. So I think and I mentioned this when we brought it up last time, we've got to get the ear of the federal government and say, look, you've got to help us out here. We've been doing this for over 25 years, and it's not working too well. It's a pressure on this community. We've shown we will put our part in. Now it's your turn to show the same. So that's where I'd like to see this go, Mr. Mayor.
Yes, in my second hometown of Gravenhurst, the federal government very nicely rebuilt the Bethune Presentation Center. Very good. Yeah. Councillor Buckney, Councillor Thompson.
Well, I think this discussion is very useful, and I thank Mr. Watts for bringing forward his perception or his perspective on what we are doing, because it has required us to discuss it. But I don't know where to start as far as after listening to the comments that have been made. I think it would be useful to know how the Hillary House came to have its federal or its national designation. I think it's kind of odd that the two national federal heritage sites in your region. One is the Sharon Temple, of which Mr. McIntyre is the curator, and the other is the Hillary House, of which Mr. McIntyre is the neighbour. I suspect that a building gets its designation by an application from whoever might be really interested in having it designated. I don't think the impetus comes from on high. I think it goes from the bottom up. The second thing is we have taken on responsibility for preservation of another old building. The town made that decision 40 years ago. And while there are many people in the community that couldn't care one way or another, and there are others who are opposed, there is enough support for the decision that was made all those years ago for there never to be barely a whimper of opposition to the millions of dollars that have been spent on that building. And Mr. Mayor,
That's the Church Street School, right?
a building like that is a sinkhole for public funding. You just keep having to pour. Right now, the window frames need painting again because the window frames are rotten and need to be replaced. And how many things have we done since we did the renovation for a museum, including, by the way, putting in a fire suppression system that was needed for a museum, and it's sitting there serving no useful purpose at all. Anyway, I acknowledge, Mr. Mayor, I do tend to digress. I'm trying to keep to the point.
We'd never noticed.
That the question has never been put to the community. Are you willing to take responsibility for another old building? We don't even know how bad the condition is of Hillary House. There has never been a consensus that has come from the community that says, yes, we want to support maintaining that old building and give them all the money they need. Give the Historical Society all the money it needs to do it. That has never happened. That's a discussion that has never taken place. The grant that we provided to the Historical Society with just a good faith agreement that we were working together didn't just provide for a curator. It provided for a researcher. Ms. Stewart was the town's planning department researcher for all the research that had to be done on heritage buildings. There were many events that were conducted. There were summer camps. Mr. Downey knows of the summer history camps that were conducted in the house, in the school. The return we got for that $50,000 was far more than the actual value of the money that we gave. Far, far more than the actual fund that we granted to them. But now we have a heritage planner on our payroll. And I don't know what the salary for that position is, but I'm pretty sure with salary and benefits, it's at least $100,000. So that's another additional cost.
Can I bring you back to whatever the point was?
We're talking about, Mr. Mayor, the point that has been raised by Mr. Watts and the response given by Mr. Elliott, that the curator was on the payroll, and in fact there was never any money transferred. But nevertheless, the Historical Society did retain the one time they retained the services of Ms. Stewart to be the curator, and she was here, I believe, for at least 25 years. And what has happened since then had nothing to do with the Church Street School, because the Historical Society was pretty well betrayed.
Okay, I'm going to cut you off there. We're not going to get
I can't think of another word
Councillor
to use.
Buck, can we bring it back to the Aurora Historical Society, please?
Yeah, we're beginning, but I'm being, as far as I'm concerned, Mr. Mayor, right on it. The council has no authority from the community, no consensus from the community that they're willing to bear the burden for this second old building. You don't even know what condition it is, what money you're talking about. Councillor Humphreys has talked about how hard it has been for the Historical Society and how much, and I don't want to talk about their their business, the funds they had, and how those funds have been dissipated. I really don't want to talk about that because it's not our business. At the same time, I am not in favour at this time. We'll get back to whether or not we'll continue with the grant under the same circumstances. They're not the same circumstances. They're completely changed. And we also, I would remind you, have a bid in from this Historical Society to operate the museum, which is a commercial bid. Then we would end up giving them a $70,000 grant and then paying if they were successful in the bid, which I don't think they should be because I think they have a conflict of interest.
Okay, we're not talking about that bid, Councillor.
Pardon?
We're not talking about a potential bid.
We're talking about, is the money in the budget to operate the museum?
No.
No money in the budget to operate a museum?
For museum services.
No.
Councillor Buck, back to the Aurora Historical Society. We're not talking about...
Well, it's all, to me, Mr. Mayor, it's all interconnected. I can't separate it. And I don't think we're giving answers to Mr. Watts to his
Okay,
questions.
well, then I'm going to move on to Councillor Thompson, pardon me, and then Councillor Perry.
Just a couple things. One, I mean, there was a question about Parks Canada. I know they've struggled for many years. There's about 1,000 National Historic Sites across the country. They operate less than 20% of them, and that means they actually fund them. The rest of them, they're on their own. So, I mean, I'm sure there are many communities throughout Canada who see similar situations to what we have here. And so I don't think you should, personally, I don't think you should look to Parks Canada to solve it. They have their own problems and pressures. I think there was a study that came out recently on the evaluation of National Historic Sites, and many of them are in serious deterioration. And I don't think there's enough funding for Parks Canada to fix it all. So, but I think, that aside, part of the discussion really here is about, and it was brought up by the delegate, what's the outcome? We need to make this clear. We know that in the past, the money that the town provided to the AHS was for a specific purpose. It was clear what the outcome and what the objective was. It was to fund a position. And I think that's where the issue is before us today, is that now that has become just a grant for general operating expenses. And maybe part of that discussion with the AHS is how is this money going to be utilized? Or maybe in future, it's really the town agrees to pay for this, the funding of a position, heat and lights, whatever it is, so that the outcome or the objective of the money being granted from the town to the society, it's clear what its use and purpose is. And I think that would help perhaps with some of the discussion around the table, because we're not sure what the outcomes are. We're not sure how the funds are going to be utilized. What's the outcome? What's the objective? And I think that those are part of the discussions or questions that need to happen going forward, so that we can respond on what the money is being utilized for. In the past, it was always used for funding a position, so maybe that's how we start with this going forward.
Councillor Perry.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I think everybody around the table knows my opinion on this. The act of doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results is, by Albert Einstein, the definition of insanity. So year after year, we're handing over these funds, and we see the plans before us, and then they don't live up to the plans. But this year, when we see a plan, we know that plan is going to be successful, and the funding, will have made sense. And Mr. Mayor, I don't see that. I wish there was something concrete we could do to help the organization. I brought forward the idea that maybe instead of giving them the funds, that outright, that a portion of the funds should be used to bring in a management firm to help them get a grasp of what they're doing, to help them out in the long term, and to lead them down the path of financial sustainability. but we're just giving them more money and expecting a plan to fix everything, and I'm not sure that down the road, it'll work. So those are my comments.
Thank you, Councillor. Any other comments or questions? Okay, so I'm going to call the vote. The motion's on the floor. There's no amendments. What's on the floor? All in favor, then? Contrary? It's carried. Thank you. Next item is a report from Mr. Marr on risk management. If someone will put that on the floor, then we'll ask Mr. Marr to speak to it. Councillor Buck, thank you. Second, Councillor Humphreys, thank you. Mr. Marr.
Thank you. Through you, Mr. Mayor. This report emanated out of a request for further information at the last budget meeting on February 10th. I believe it was Councillor Gardner had requested some additional information with regards to steps and ways in which the town and town staff take risk management steps to help limit the town's liability in certain instances, as well as keep our insurance premiums down. In conjunction with Ms. Mahar, this report was prepared by Ms. Mahar and details some of the steps we take, as she outlined at that budget meeting on February 10th. And I think we have a very comprehensive review of some of the steps we do take, and we're always very mindful, staff is always very mindful as to risk management strategies to help limit our liability in certain instances, as well as making sure that we respond appropriately and quickly to any reports of any incidents or areas that need corrective action by staff. And so I'm pleased to present this report to Budget Committee for information.
Thank you, Mr. Marr. Before I ask for questions, is this something, Mr. Marr or Mr. Elliott, that should be referred to the Audit Committee, which is where we definitely discuss risk management issues? Mr. Marr, Mr. Elliott?
In fact, Mr. Mayor, tomorrow night I've asked you to schedule our next Audit Committee meeting, and it might be prudent. Normally, one of the roles of an Audit Committee is to examine the risk management practices and principles of the organization and make sure that they're current and up to date, and that the Audit Committee is aware of them. So it might be appropriate to refer this discussion. I know that it was Councillor Gardner who was asking for this information, and she's not here tonight, so it might be appropriate to refer this to the Audit Committee meeting.
Are there any questions right now for Mr. Marr on this, or would be in agreement to refer this to the Audit Committee?
Which committee?
Audit. Councillor Perry, you refer that? A second on that? Councillor Humphreys, comments to questions? I'm referring this to the Audit Committee. All in favor then? I'm sorry. You had a question? Yes.
Mr. Mayor, just to...
Pardon me? Yes.
Yeah.
That's another story.
Just a quick question, Mr. Mayor. Is this... There was a lot of discussion last about the 48% increase. Is this what this is referring to? Or going to help us in terms of how the insurance companies look at us?
I don't think it's going to help us with the premium change. It was really more addressing Councillor Gartner's questions on how we manage risk. Mr. Marr?
Through you, Mr. Mayor, that's correct. It was just to answer Councillor Gardner's questions.
In that case, all in favor of the referral? Contrary? That's carried, Madam Clerk. Now, as far as I know, Madam Clerk, that finishes everything. I think that would be an appropriate motion. Is there a second? Councillor Perry, all in favor? Contrary? That is carried. We will see you all tomorrow evening. I was going to say at 6. No, at 7.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
This meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you, staff. Thank you, members of the audience.